Excited to be back. Tried to get some rest as much as I could, and then trying to stay fit, so finding the right balance of that as best as possible.
And then just there were some additions that were made. Can you talk about that and what that brings to the team?
I think they make us immediately better from the first game. Kind of veteran additions, but Jesus is very young still. But I think it adds depth. It gives us some variety to play different formations and have different tactics when we need it. So I think it's great for a year with a lot of games and a lot of competitions we're playing in.
That variety to play formations, playing primarily in a back four, now playing a lot more in a back three. How does that change your job? How does it change the preparation for getting ready for formations in back threes?
I don't think it changes anything really, especially because when we played back four, we're still building out in three, so it doesn't change too much for me specifically, but just making sure guys, and myself included, know that the responsibilities are a little different in each one.
Josh coming back to potentially be one of those center backs in that group. What's your take on that change?
I think he'll be great. You guys saw today, he looks very sharp. He can play there, he can play in the midfield. And with the back three, I think we'll need more depth with three center backs. So I think he'll be able to help the team more there immediately right now.
Leo Burney is, I don't know, did you know him at all before meeting him here? And what's been your impression of him so far?
Yeah, I knew him a little bit just from Seattle soccer scene. He's a bit younger than me, but I think he played for Seattle United, which I played for, and then played in the academy, obviously. So I knew of him. I think I've played some pickup with him a couple times. But I know he's a great kid, and he looks sharp up here. And he has a similar profile to me. So hopefully he can help the team this year and then keep developing.
The impression we were under is that you were going to be called into the U.S. national team. There was maybe some dispute over how long you were going to be released to be with them. I guess what are your feelings on that?
I'll just say getting called in last year was a huge honor for me, and it felt like a culmination of my whole career to get called into the U.S. national team. So was super excited about that, and then had kind of the weird re-injury of something that happened in the playoffs against LAFC. So super disappointed about that, but kind of made it a goal last year to perform as best I could and try to get back in with the national team. It's an exciting time with new coach and the World Cup coming up. So I got a call that I was going to be called in, was super excited about it, and then was called by the club and was let know that I was not going to be going, and I left that feeling pretty discouraged and maybe disappointed that I was getting that opportunity taken from me. I think because that's still a little raw for me, I don't want to take any more questions about it right now. I think just picking up right where I left off last year, I felt like first third or first quarter of the season I wasn't as sharp last year, and it kept getting sharper as the year went on, and felt really good in the playoffs especially. So trying to just pick up right where I left off, but for me that looks like physically staying strong, getting stronger, being a leader on the field, and then with the ball just continuing to break lines and be a quarterback back there.
With Josh, kind of officially moving into that position. I know he's played a little bit there before. How has maybe the communication or helping him, I guess, how have you maybe helped out in that transition for him, with him?
Yeah, he's come to me already a couple times just to ask for little things he has questions about, which is great. And I think, I mean, I go to other people for help too. So it's, I mean, we know we're going to be on the field together at some point in tough moments. So we got to rely on each other then. And that starts with, being on the same page now.
How important is it for you that you guys are going to do the Spain or the training preseason again? And what did you feel like you got out of it last time that maybe you're excited for this year as well?
I think playing against European teams is cool. You see some different tactics and play against some fun players who you wouldn't normally play against, and then hopefully some nice weather as well.
Last year, you were a Defender of the Year finalist. You got a lot more plaudits in terms of recognition. What would you say this year your goals are, and what do you feel like you need to do to continue to raise your game?
I think I mean I want to be in all those conversations again. So performing well individually, but I think that only comes because we had such a great defense and defensive record. So, I mean, if we can repeat that or be better even, because I think we can, I really think we can, then those things will come.